Hello everyone. First of all, I'd like to introduce my team, Group 12. I'm Joe, this is Aksa, Bai, and Zo. Today, we will present about new business model, especially focused on the e-commerce in the fourth industrial revolution. The presentation will follow these contents. I will give you a brief introduction. Axel will explain the major factors of e-commerce. Then, Bai will talk about the impacts of e-commerce. Finally, Joe will show the response and outcome. The 1800s, the early 1900s, and late 20th century each represent a turning point for technology in modern history. These periods are known as the first, second, and third industrial revolutions. The first is marked by the transition to industrialization and urbanization. The second centered upon mass production like automobiles. The third heralded the advent of the digital age, internet, computing, and information technology. Today, we are experiencing the dawn of a fourth industrial revolution. We are centered around high technology such as IoT, which is embedding everywhere. However, common people just heard about fourth revolution from news or magazine. But frankly speaking, it's not easy to understand this revolution precisely. So I just want to define the fourth revolution as an easy access to unlimited experiences. Just like this cat. This cat doesn't know what the iPhone is or what the function is, but she can use it and enjoy it. Similarly, each one of us can get benefits from the fourth revolution, regardless of having knowledge about complicated technology. The industry development has a direct linkage to supply chain system. Traditional supply chains link suppliers to customers in a linear manner. But these days, the traditional model is not suitable anymore because it has limitations such as late response to unpredictable and changeable final demands. However, in new supply chain system that is developed along with the fourth industrial revolution, communication between stakeholders takes place in real time because information flows in all directions thanks to the new technologies. Sensing and communication technologies enable to assess and respond to customer demand rapidly. In addition, tracking and tracing, which links maritime transport to satellites, make shipment quicker. This technology has had a wide uptake. One of the biggest beneficiaries of this trend is e-commerce industry. The way how e-commerce companies are applying the output of the fourth revolution shows a good exemplary case. Moreover, we can adopt this case to other industries to develop new business. From now on, we are going to analyze the progress of e-commerce industry. My partner Axel will introduce about what makes e-commerce possible.
Hi, my name is Axel. Now I will be talking about what makes e-commerce possible. E-commerce is existed because internet was invented. There are two factors that makes e-commerce is easy accessed by everyone. The first factor is the invention of internet, and the second factor is technology. With technology that keep developing, e-commerce is become easier to access. For example, according to the stats provided by HOS 2019, we can see that the projection of people using a smartphone is increasing over the year. Based on the stats projected by Statista 2019, we can see that the e-commerce user is increasing over the year. In 2023, it's predicted that there will be 4,675.6 million people that prefer to use e-commerce compared to retail store. Therefore, it is indicated that the online shopping is getting more and more preferable by customers. Other than smartphone, technology help in terms of big data analytics. According to Paulus and Eaton 2011, data analytics is referring to a process of examining large and varied datasets to draw conclusions and uncover information to assist in making a business decision, such as market trend and customer preferences. Lastly is transportation. With the development of transportation, it is easier to move one goods from one country to another. For example, if you want to send a product overseas, we can use a courier service such as DHL, FedEx, and etc. Next, I'll be talking about the factor that drive e-commerce. The first factor is conveniences. With smartphone usage that is constantly rising, people will be able to do online shopping at home, office, bus, and etc. It's literally anywhere. The second factor is discount and promotion. Nowadays, many online shopping platforms offer a interesting promotion such as 11/11 or 12/12, and it's bring a huge impact to attract customers. However, there are two factors that act as a barrier for customers to make an online purchase. Firstly is security. Unfortunately, there are few major security breaches where the information of payment details or personal information is easily getting stolen. Therefore, the customers are growing more aware of the danger. Secondly is privacy. Another type of risk is when the personal information is handed over or stolen by the third party. It doesn't affect financially, but it will be diminishing for the trust of customers. To conclude, the most important factor that e-commerce have to pay attention is trustworthiness. Trust is the most crucial aspect to build a relationship with the customer. Next slide is about the benefit of e-commerce. Firstly is low cost. By using online store, a business can cut down all the brick and mortar store costs. Secondly is it's 24 hours income. Everyone can make the order anytime and anywhere. Thirdly is the market reach will be internationally. Lastly, it will gain customer personal data by collecting customer information that will help to build a customer database to focusing on the line of product that they have to sell.
Hello, my name is Bai. I will talk about the impacts of e-commerce. Here are some impacts of e-commerce to the countries. E-commerce can affect a country's GDP to some extent. Just like the Alibaba, the annual revenue in 2019 is 376.8 million RMB. E-commerce also can kill the inflation. When the Amazon acquired the Whole Foods, some economists believe the low unemployment is accompanied by wage growth, which in turn fuels inflation as companies pass on the cost to consumers. But Amazon uses higher competition and a lower price, limits the company's ability to pass on any wage increase to consumers. It also can promote the development of some SME, such as logistics company. For example, the development of Alibaba has also promoted the development of some express company, such as Shunfeng. On the other hand, the SME may not be in the same country. Some foreign logistics would also be used for supplies to the cross-border e-commerce, just like the UPS. It will support economic growth in different countries at the same time. Lastly, traditional commerce would have many trade barriers, such as collecting information across national borders and finding the right suppliers and goods. But e-commerce could reduce these barriers because in the digital platform, all the information can be clear without having buyer and seller in close physical proximity. For the impacts of international business, digital platforms like Alibaba or Amazon make the international businesses no longer the preserve of MNE. Some SME, even individual, can operate across border. And also, e-commerce can bring down the cost of international interactions and transactions. Just like the Jingdong Worldwide, we can buy many products from all over the world without any barriers like agents and time cost. Lastly, just like we have talked about. E-commerce could promote the development of logistic industry. For example, we may use the UPS for logistics when we buy something from Alibaba to Singapore.
Hello, I'm Zhang Ziying, and I will introduce the response from countries and business. For the countries, this model promotes the globalization of business, as we can buy products in America and Europe through online shopping in Asia. This promotes the development of new industries such as the leasing of the transaction and warehouse, which provide many jobs for the locals. E-commerce is a large market, and many developing countries support the master SMEs to promote their GDP through e-commerce. For example, the Thai Ministry of Business Development (DBD) encourage SME to operator to seek new opportunities through e-commerce. Due to the huge growth and increasing popularity of e-commerce, Thai SMEs should consider expanding their online business is to find new opportunities while reducing the production costs. E-commerce can also help increase the potential of Thai companies to compete in international market. For the business, due to the convenient online shopping model, many existing commodity e-commerce has been impacted, and even lead to bankruptcy of many of the stores, such as Toys R Us and other major retailers filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy for protection. Their financing situation cannot afford to decline in sales and a heavy debt burden. However, there are still many physical stores adapting to the new shopping model through self-improvement, such as Walmart, Home Depot, and Costco wholesales, and their sales are growing. Walmart is a strong competitor to Amazon. It acquired Job.com for $3 billion in 2016 and quickly resumed its internet business. In future outcome, in the past 30 years, due to the rapid development of computing technology, the foundation of commercial company has been rewriting, and increasingly complex consumers have driven the evolution of business activity from a century-old business model to e-commerce. The convergence of e-commerce and social network will bring new opportunities for business and users. The selling feature of this phenomenon is its global nature. Previously, international companies usually operated only in the most commercially developed regions of the world. Due to the development of this Internet has enabled developing countries to enter the global consumer market and create a new competitive environment. In this new environment, companies that with rich capital and long history that realize they are competing with young startups made up of tech entrepreneurs who are a few talents. E-commerce is not only useful to B2C brands. B2B companies are also taking advantage of oncoming e-commerce talent trends. Some even predict that by 2020, the global sales of B2B e-commerce will go to 6.6 trillion US dollars. As conclusion, the development of e-commerce not only affects one company, but also promotes the transition of business model that has been maintained for hundreds of years to a new business model, which is e-commerce. It has also promotes globalizations. And that's our presentation. Thank you for your listening.